Hello and welcome to the first episode of Culturally Illiterate. This is yet another podcast of a bunch of aimless 20-somethings that have no qualifications to be talking about any kind of media, but we have nothing better to do. So we just kind of wanted to record a little short introductory episode to, introduce ourselves and what we want this podcast to be. First things first, I'm Jake.
Hi, Jake.
Thanks, buddy.
We're starting the AA meeting now.
Thanks, buddy. That's not fucked up. I am Jake. I am 23. I'm an idiot who likes comic books and movies and is trying to be a little bit more intelligent on how to process and analyze such things.
Intelligence a word.
It is a word. All right. Well, I'll let the rest of my co-hosts introduce themselves now.
Hi, my name's Jason. I'm 20. I'm the youngest of the crew. I'm Jake's brother.
I was going to say, most important thing.
Most important thing, I'm Jake's brother, and that's the only reason I was invited here, I think. Just
nepotism.
For familial relations. Just an aimless guy who likes writing and making music and doing his thing, being a little queer boy. So, that's me.
That's one way to take it. Matt?
Well, I'm a minority, and that's why I was invited here.
You're gonna make us sound so bad, Matt.
he's the intern we hired off the street.
Just grabbed a random Asian man.
Random Asian man?
We had to meet the diversity
around your
quota.
age group?
That's so terrible.
Well, also, I mean, I think you got to introduce yourself now, because if people haven't noticed, there's a fourth voice.
Hi, I am Sean. I jump in and talk about everybody else during their introductions, and nobody's gonna jump in on my own.
Fuck you, Sean!
There we go. We got one person. All right. I'm Sean. I'm your sexy, lovely other person in this podcast, along with our two other white people. There are three white people in this. So we really shouldn't have opinions, but we do anyways.
That sounds about right. Well, the most important things to know about Sean are his whistling could soothe the gods, and he smells like Jesus.
And he has a flat ass.
And I mean that as like a really good way.
But do we know if Jesus smelled good?
I would have to imagine.
Well, he was omnipotent. Of course he smelled good.
Was as gay?
He would presumably be able to control his smell.
Right, if you're omnipotent, you think you're gonna walk around smelling like dog shit? No, you're gonna smell like Sean.
He's above that.
The question, I think,
He's
is
above the smells.
why are we doing this podcast? What is this podcast? What's the format? What's it about? To answer that, basically, we're going to be watching through every theatrically released Marvel DC movie. Just watching through in release order. We have no interest in success, so instead of talking about new things as they come out, they may come up a little bit, we're just going to be going through with that structure. That includes animated things, but like I said, theatrically released, so none of the like straight to DVD lines or anything like that. And really, in terms of why, I just personally thought it sounded like a fun time. I like on my own, I like listening to podcasts that are just kind of friends talking, having a good time, and you feel like you're just another person there hanging out with some buds. So I figure we all hang out enough anyway. We've all been friends for Jason's my brother. Obviously, I've been friends with Sean since we were like 5, and friends with Matt since we were like probably like 14.
The real question is
I guess
why?
we kind of just figured might as well record our idiocy. Seems like it could be a fun, somewhat productive hobby.
How is this productive?
I don't know. We get
productive. Is this your way of gaining intelligence? I talk to my friends.
We get to no. First of all,
we gain intelligence by watching Superman the Mole Man?
The emotional reason we're doing this is I think you guys will leave me if I do not provide you a reason to stay. This is the best I could come up with.
I have to lock you down like I locked down all of my relationships by putting a ring on it and starting a podcast.
Yeah, there's no better way to keep friends than a podcast.
I'm actually thinking of this as like something to put on a resume. You know, I have a podcast with, 3 people that have no reason to have a podcast. That's how it's productive in my eyes.
Well, okay, maybe productive is not the right word, but it's like we're creating something. Instead of just sitting around on our asses, we are doing something. And the other hope that I had is, and I want to get into why it's called Culturally Illiterate, is that, like I said, I mean, none of us are, we all went through, like, I went to school for marketing. Basically 3 of the 4 of us went to like business school, and the other one didn't go to college. So none of us are like particularly like educated on media literacy, on movies, film, television, comics, books, music. So just maybe going through, even though we're talking about just kind of popcorn entertainment with comic book movies, we also want to talk about other things we've absorbed of late, and just hopefully, I think maybe better learn how to better analyze and articulate our thoughts on things as we work through this.
See, but I have an actual question that actually relates to everything and isn't going to set us off the rails. What movie do you all look forward to the most?
That's a good question. I'm going to tell you right now, I look forward to, there will be episodes that I plan on recording while shit-faced. I look very much forward to those. Off the top of my head, I would like to do maybe Venom.
Oh, Jesus Christ. I mean, I know I'd look forward to that one. Venom would be fucking fantastic, just for the fun of it. I love Venom.
Thank you for bringing that up, Sean, because that's a great question.
Venom.
I definitely want to fill that to the room. But I think to answer it myself real quick, I think I'm most looking forward to Venom, and I'm probably least looking forward to Watchmen. We're already, if someone's listening to this, if this somehow reaches the Zack Snyder community, they're going to vilify me. But yeah, do not, having watched, I am the only one here, I believe, who has seen everything we're going to watch over the course of this.
Nerd.
And let me tell you, I do not like Watchmen. It's long and I don't like it. Venom, have a blast with it. But what about the rest of you guys?
I'm most excited for anything Batman related. Batman's my favorite comic book character, fictional character in general. I've always loved Batman. When I was in 5th grade, I had a teacher who used to call me Bruce Wayne because I wore a Batman t-shirt all the time. So anything Batman, there's plenty of those.
Are you sure it isn't because you love Robert Pattinson?
Well, I also do adore Robert Pattinson. I have a pillow with him on it. Thanks, Jake.
No problem.
Can I see it?
Is it?
May I see
Wait,
it?
is it a body
Well,
pillow?
we can show you after you're
Yeah,
recording.
I'll show you guys
Is it a body
later.
pillow? Say yes, please.
It's actually, I would like to paint a picture for the audience that we don't have. It's the famous Robert Pattinson meme of him standing there awkwardly in like a sweatsuit, like a brown Adidas tracksuit in a kitchen. It's that on a pillow.
Yeah, and I sleep with it every night.
Okay.
No, it's not a body
I
pillow.
remember being told about that one.
I think I'm least looking forward to, like, I don't even know, like, Eternals, the Marvel movie that I fucking hated. That shit sucked. My first reaction after seeing that movie was looking at Sean and saying, I didn't like that.
What about you, Matt?
Well, what I'm least looking forward to is Watchmen. And to all you fucking Snyder shithead.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Matt, no.
I'll take the
you are
hate views.
less
I'll take the
culturally
hate
literate.
listens.
Well, I'll take the
podcast
hate listens.
called
The people who sit through
Culturally
this and are
Illiterate.
like,
Let
where
me
does he call out Zack Snyder? Where does he call out Zack Snyder?
I will be posting this on r/Snyder Cut now. Just so they can find us. I'll take the hate listens, man. It still clicks.
The Watchmen is a fucking horrible movie because it misses the entire point.
Hey, save it for the episode, buddy.
Save your
Fine.
opinions on specifics for when we get to that.
I'll save my rant, okay? And I'm kind of similar to Jason, as in I'm looking forward to the Batman movies, like the 1971s. No, it's 1983. 1983.
89.
Huh?
Tim Burton.
89,
one?
buddy.
That's 89.
Matt's having some trouble with some years.
No, this is why I'm in this podcast.
We got 89.
Because he is illiterate.
Yeah. And then the Christian Bale trilogy, and then hopefully we'll be doing this by the time a Robert Pattinson trilogy comes out. But then we'll be scrawny old men.
How he thinks we're doing this forever.
We are doing it
We're
forever,
stuck.
but y'all are laughing. Like I said, I don't want to lose.
Oh
As long as
yeah,
we're
you're
friends with
right.
Jake,
You're
we're
right.
gonna be
You're right.
stuck
We're getting
here.
stuck. We're stuck in this forever.
Wait, Sean, did you ever answer your own question?
I did not. Oddly enough, I think the one that I look most forward to, just because of the train wreck that I know that it is Fan 4-Stick, because I've never actually taken the chance to ever see it, and it's been how long that it's been out? So yeah, I've never seen it before. I look forward to feeling the this visceral pain while watching it.
Are you ready to see the naked thing?
The
That was my
Oh.
nickname in
Doesn't wear
high
pants.
school.
He doesn't wear pants.
Oh, well, yeah. I mean, I've already seen pictures of that at the very least. I mean, no, it's rock
Yeah,
hard.
but now we forever have a clip of Matt going, "Yeah, you ready to see the naked thing?" And we could use that against him whenever we
I'm gonna
want.
keep that one forever.
Oh god.
Um,
I didn't realize
No, that's good. That's good. That's good.
I-
how versatile that clip can be.
Speak your mind, buddy.
Shit.
This is what we want.
Oh,
what
no.
one do I look forward to the least? That is a hard one to think of because, like, I think the ones that I look the least forward to are kind of like the first couple we might go through, just because, like, I feel like some of them will be kind of boring, just because, like, there are going to be some interspersed ones that are just going to be like, wow, that just fucking sucked. I can't even have an opinion on that.
There's gonna be some rough patches in this, buddy.
Yeah, those are going to be the harder ones, and I can't pin that down to a specific one, because I know there's a lot of disappointing things in this world. But I'll leave that up to interpretation as we go through it. Which one's the worst one for me?
I will say, just to add to my thing, I'm also insanely excited and ready to see Steel starring Shaquille O'Neal.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, that's not gonna be such a good one.
Matt, I'm gonna murder you. Your audio is gonna be so goddamn loud.
But it's Shaquille O'Neal as Steel.
True,
I'm trying to contain my excitement.
Who couldn't get this
Shaquille
excited
O'Neal as
for watching
Steel.
Steel? All right. Well, I also want to bring it back around to do any of you guys have anything that, like, you personally want to, what you're hoping for out of the podcast, whether it's just like personal experience or like what kind of vibe you want it to have, or anything to add on that?
This podcast is going to be excellent stress reliever for all the shitty movies I'm about to watch.
Yeah, you got to get it out after you watch all the bullshit.
Exactly. But Venom will cleanse all of that, though.
Yeah,
will
we're
cleanse
going to be a
all of
long
that.
ways away from that, though.
I think the thing I look forward to the most is seeing some of the movies that I haven't seen that I didn't want to give a chance either way, like, Fan Four Stick. Those will be interesting to go through, just because I haven't actually, like, watched those movies, so it'll be nice to get a little take on them, especially since I've been keeping track of I've been using Letterboxd. I'm not gonna tag mine in here because I'm not a piece
shill?
of shit. But keeping track of the movies I've seen is nice, and being able to, like, wow, this sounds like an ad for Letterboxd, but it's not. I swear to God, I just really like being able to keep. It's like a diary, but for movies, and I think that's.
If this was an ad for Letterboxd, they'd have the worst marketing team. on the
I think
planet.
that's neat. Letterboxd, please sponsor us.
All right. Well, I also wanted to talk a little bit about, just in terms of demographics and diversity of the people you're going to be listening to talk. Just as we get to certain movies and certain conversations are going to naturally lend themselves to discussion about, any themes dealing with race, gender, sexuality, because as you can probably guess, you're dealing with 4 dudes. 3 of us are white.
Diversity is why I'm here.
Matt, you're here because we love you, not because you're Asian.
You're not. Oh dear God.
2 of us. 2 of the 4 of us are straight, as far as I'm aware. Last time I said that, it was called into question, so maybe someone's got some news. But
Matt.
so
being
just
recruited by
certain
the
things,
asexuals.
certain things with a grain of salt. We're all, in general, fairly privileged people, at least to some degree. But I just figured that's worth bringing up, if for nothing else, too, just to have a picture of who the fuck you're listening to.
Now they're just imagining the most stereotypical white men.
Oh, I mean, that's what this is.
That is exactly
Well,
what we look like, but still.
But it's important to say, it's important to picture that one of them is ginger. So I just want to get that out there.
And
I believe I said that Sean was, but I could be
makes
mistaken.
it better. Okay, if you,
better.
we can make. I'll make a description of all of us. So imagine
No, I will cut this out, I swear to God.
So imagine like the fattest men that you've ever seen that have been sitting in a chair for over 40 years, but we're all 20. So we all look like we're like incredibly overweight. And a couple of us have neck beards. Some of us can't grow hair. How
would be me.
unfortunate.
Yeah. I have greasy hair and I have a ponytail.
That's not true, but Neither was
They're
mine.
not supposed
Well,
to know that.
I'm gonna try to direct
They're
this
not supposed
conversation
to know
elsewhere
that.
and let people decide on their own if that's any of that's accurate or not.
It's all accurate.
But basically, loose plan is I'm hoping we can put out episodes weekly. It may end up being bi-weekly.
I'm bi-daily.
Yes, you are, Jason. It may end up being bi-weekly depending on how far ahead we get and how much we keep pace in terms of, getting stuff recorded and getting stuff edited. But in case you do want to watch along, for some reason you've listened to this and decided I want to be involved, first movie we're going to be watching for our episode next week, and that will be next week from when this gets put up, will be Superman and the Mole Men from 1951. If I'm not mistaken, I'm the only one in this room who has watched that.
That sounds
sad. That's interesting. All right, so we'll be checking that out next week. Does anyone have anything to add before I outro this?
I'm checking you out right now, baby girl.
Thanks. That's always appreciated. Well, in that case, I want to thank our pal Alo. He's at AloWren on Twitter. That's AYELOWREN. He did any of the art for any of our social medias, for the podcast, for the YouTube channel. Any of that's him. I also wanted to. Sean in advance called me out for this earlier. I want to plug my Letterboxd, Jake Walter 98 on Letterboxd. If you want really ill-informed, stupid opinions and bad 1-2 sentence movie reviews.
Say it again because I said nerd really loud while you were saying it. So just so.
Oh, the name of it. Okay, I'll plug again.
Plug it again.
Jake Walter 98 on Letterboxd. Also want to give Jason the opportunity to plug some of his stuff because he did the intro outro music for us.
Yeah, you can follow me on my personal Twitter at mynameisjason_8, as well as my music. Like Jake said, I made the intro outro. It's from my song Pins and Needles, which is probably out by now unless I'm still lazy and haven't finished layering the vocals. But anyway, you can follow me on Twitter for that at _UpsidesPA, on Instagram, TheUpsidesPA, and on my SoundCloud, The Upsides.
Goddamn
right.
shill.
And if you listen to the 20 or so minutes of this, and for some reason are thinking, I'll come back for more. This is something I want to spend time with.
Wow, that's an accomplishment.
Hey man, we're doing this.
Hey, it is an accomplishment.
We don't know what we're
It's
doing.
an accomplishment to have one fan.
I would love it. You can follow us at illiterate_pod. That goes for both Twitter and Instagram at illiterate_pod. You can also reach us at culturallyilliteratepod@gmail.com. All our episodes are going to be up on YouTube as well as any of the podcast platforms. So that will be the Culturally Illiterate Podcast is the channel name for that. And just to reiterate, Superman and the Mole Men will be our first episode next week. So thank you for listening, and we will talk with you again next week.